The Clever Little Mouse and the Great Escape. Once upon a time, in a quiet meadow, there lived a tiny mouse named Milo. Milo was a small, brown mouse with bright eyes and a quick mind. Unlike most mice, who prefer to stay hidden in their little burrows, Milo loved to explore the world around him. He would scamper through the tall grasses, visit the flowers, and sometimes even sneak into the farmer's garden for a taste of sweet fruit. One day, while exploring near the edge of the meadow, Milo heard some unusual noise. When he peeked around a bush, he saw something very alarming: a large, fierce cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was known throughout the meadow as the best hunter in the area, and he had a special talent for catching mice. Milo's heart skipped a beat. He quickly realized that he had wandered too far from his home and was now dangerously close to Whiskers. The cat was prowling around, sniffing the air, and looking for his next meal. Milo had to think fast. He hid behind a rock, holding his breath, and watched Whiskers carefully. Milo knew he couldn't outrun the cat. After all, Whiskers was much bigger and faster than he was. But Milo was clever, and he believed that his quick thinking could save him. "I need to come up with a plan," Milo thought, his whiskers twitching with excitement. "How can I outsmart Whiskers?" Suddenly, an idea popped into Milo's mind. He had noticed that there was a patch of sweet-smelling strawberries growing near the garden, and the scent was enough to drive Whiskers wild. Milo realized that if he could distract the cat, he might be able to escape. Milo dashed to the garden as quietly as he could, making sure Whiskers didn't see him. He grabbed a few juicy strawberries in his tiny paws and ran back to where Whiskers was still sniffing around. "Hey, Whiskers!" Milo called out in a loud, friendly voice. "Do you like strawberries?" Whiskers turned, startled by the sudden voice. He saw Milo holding the strawberries, and immediately, his eyes locked onto the delicious fruit. "Strawberries?" Whiskers meowed, his attention shifting completely to the sweet scent. "I love strawberries. Give them to me, little mouse." Milo grinned and quickly tossed the strawberries just out of Whiskers' reach. "Catch them if you can," he taunted playfully, then took off running. Whiskers, completely distracted by the fruit, started chasing after the strawberries, completely forgetting about the mouse. Milo ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, weaving through the tall grass, heading straight for his home. He scampered through the meadow, zigzagging through bushes and flowers, while Whiskers continued to chase after the strawberries, growing more and more frustrated. Finally, when Milo reached the safety of his burrow, he quickly dove inside, just as Whiskers was still chasing the last strawberry. Milo let out a sigh of relief and smiled to himself. "I did it! I outsmarted Whiskers with my clever plan," he thought. From that day on, Milo became known as the cleverest mouse in the meadow. He didn't rely on his size or speed, but instead used his quick thinking and wit to solve problems. And whenever he faced a challenge, he remembered that even the smallest of creatures could outsmart the biggest of threats with a little bit of cleverness and bravery.